N1YCW, N1YCW, KD2JKV. N1YCW, N1YCW, KD2JKV. Are you out here? Nothing heard. This is Cycle 2 of the ARRL, Western Massachusetts Traffic Net. This net meets 7 days a week on the K1FFK Mountain Greylock 146.910 repeater with a PL tone of 162.2. Purpose of this net is to handle any messages between the cities and towns of Western Massachusetts and provide liaison to the first region net that meets on 3948 kilohertz at 1:45 local time. This is a directed net. Please do not break the net unless you have emergency or priority traffic. Please do not leave the net without informing your net control station whenever possible. Your net control station today is Kilo Delta 2, Juliet Kilo Victor. My name is Peter and I'm in Albany, New York. This time, do we have any emergency or priority traffic on the frequency? Now net control is looking for a first region liaison, Alpha Bravo 1 Tango Charlie. Paul, please call and list any traffic. Net control is looking for any stations holding traffic or announcements. Traffic or announcements only, please call now. Now, any and all stations wishing to check in to the Western Mass Traffic Net.
Here it is. Kilo Charlie 1, Charlie Mike Quebec, Phil, Mobile, no traffic. Good afternoon.
Here it is. WA1MIU, Whiskey Alpha 1, Mike Indigo Uniform. Andy, Alpha November Delta, in Schenectady, New York. No traffic, commercial power. Good afternoon.
Let me see if I got it. I think I do. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. November 2 Victor Uniform. That's N2VU, Donald, upstate New York. Queensbury, commercial power, battery backup, no traffic.
Charlie 1, Bravo, Delta Alpha, KC1, BDA, Russ in Ocam, Mass, running commercial power, negative traffic. Good afternoon.
This is November 1, Quebec Kilo Oscar. Eric, where? No traffic, commercial power, and 49 degrees.
Alright, net control acknowledges WA1AES, Ernie in and out, good afternoon. KC1, CMQ, Phil, good afternoon. WA1MIU, Andy, good afternoon. N2VU, Donald, good afternoon. KC1, BDA, Russ, good afternoon. And N1QKO, Eric, good afternoon. Any further check-ins for the Western Mass Traffic Net? A couple of quick announcements. A reminder, the No Bark meeting is for Sunday, November 27th at 6 p.m. And the No Bark Potluck Holiday Party is Sunday, December 11th at 5 p.m. at the Berkshire Humane Society. We take one last call for check-ins for the Western Mass Traffic Net. Nothing heard. I'd like to thank all the stations that checked in and those who stood by while the net was being conducted. I'd also like to thank the Northern Berkshire Amateur Radio Club for the use of the repeater. The time now is 1:05 p.m. and I now return the repeater back to regular amateur radio use. This is Kilo Delta 2, Juliet Kilo Victor signing 73, and have a nice day and stay dry.
N2 VU, you still there? WA1 AES Mobile.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I forgot the name there. Name here is Ernie. Hey, what's it doing up in Queensbury? We were up there over the weekend for the light up the village in Lake George. It was sort of pleasant.
Let me take a look out the window. It'll take me 2 seconds to see what if anything's changed the past couple hours. N2VU, Donald, stand by.
Hey, Donald, very good. WA1 AES Mobile, Lennox.
N2VU, current conditions nice and shady. In other words, very cloudy. It is foggy, so there's no wind. It is calm and very moist. It has been raining and drizzling on and off. Right now, we're looking at a few puddles. I don't see anything coming down, but 41 degrees. Light rain is what's, I guess you could safely say, our current conditions. Light rain, kind of really, I don't know how many layers there are to the cloud cover, but excuse me, it is what I consider nice and gray. I hope that offers enough.
Oh, that's great. Just wondering how much cooler it was up there. We got 47 here in Lennox, just south of Pittsfield. Yeah, we had a nice weekend. Came up on Saturday, did some Christmas shopping there at the Aviation Mall and then the outlet malls. Stayed at the Clarion. We like that place there. Other than the traffic in the summer, it's a real nice spot to stay at. And had dinner at the Barn Cider. Had never been in there, up there in Lake George Village. Very, very nice. They had a fellow playing jazz guitar. Was excellent, and the food was good. WA1 AES. What part of Queensbury in there, Donald?
Straddling the town and county lines. I'm not too far from the airport. So that would be right along the line for Warren, Washington County, and where Queensbury meets up with Kingsbury.
All right, know it well. Been coming up in that neck of the woods since 1955 as a kid. Wife and I have been vacationing up there since 1970, year before we got married. And always been looking for a gig up there, a job, but never landed anything. Almost had a shot at the Glens Falls Hospital. I'm an engineer, and they were looking for a facilities engineer, but the fella didn't retire, so the deal fell through. But the wife keeps telling me I'm coming up there to retire. Sounds good to me. WA1AES.
Well, the population is growing in this whole area, so I would think that there are going to be more jobs. The hospital is doing well. So you never know. Maybe keep trying, keep looking. Maybe you will wind up finding something, but things are certainly not dwindling here. Economy, well, that depends on what you're looking at, what perspective, but I'd say overall the numbers are growing. That, or we've got a lot of Hollywood extras driving cars all over the place just for the sake of making it look busy. But I have the impression it's getting crazier here. And when there is traffic, I'm not kidding. You probably know if you've driven through here a few times lately, it can get, I guess, like I said, busy. It could take a while to go nowhere.
Well, I'm sort of surprised that the state didn't make them widen that magic mile there by the outlet malls. You know, they knocked down, boy, my brain is mush today, the restaurant there that was there for years, built another outlet mall. And, boy, they back them up onto the Northway in the summer, you know, trying to get through that light coming over from Vermont there, right at the corner. Sometimes there's 4 or 5 light changes to get through there.
They really needed a couple of more lanes, but they didn't do it, over.
N2VU, agreed. However, there have been no fatalities yet, so there's no push. Unfortunately, that's going to have to happen.
WA18ES. Yeah, that's a shame, huh? Yeah, I still converse on occasion with Steve Borges. Steve is a realtor up there. For a long time, he was, I had him looking for a business. Almost bought a marina on the east side of the lake. The owner and his wife were splitting since he was fooling around with his secretary. And he was selling that one. He owned that one up on Lake Champlain and a dealership down in Albany. But the deal fell through. C'est la vie. Maybe that was a good move. WA18ES.
Well, hopefully something will work out and you can retire up here, and hopefully this will be where you'll feel a little more comfortable and relaxed somehow. Although I've lived in Manhattan and Los Angeles, and yet I still find ways, well, not that I'm looking, but there are times where I find myself frustrated with the traffic and whatever around here. But it is still a beautiful area, and it doesn't take too much to escape it. When you know the side roads, take a picturesque tour, or a nice drive over to Vermont or up to Burlington or anything like that, or just a beautiful drive up the Northway, which I'll do sometimes to get a burger up in Plattsburgh and then enjoy the 2-hour drive back through the park, and I find that so relaxing and worthwhile. Kind of like the $100 burgers when I was flying, although those $100 burgers have turned into $500 burgers, so it makes the drive up to Plattsburgh so much more affordable. It's a bargain. It makes me a little bit more of a generous tipper when I make that comparison. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work. Pleasure chatting with you. I've heard you on here from time to time. I don't remember if we've chatted before. For some reason, I think we have. But hope we'll get to do it again soon. So please excuse me unless there's anything else. I got to take off and maintain my focus and momentum on whatever it was, which I'm starting to forget what I was doing. I got to get back to work. Speak to you in a bit. N2VU after you.
Hey, Donald, thanks a million for coming back. Have a great day. I don't talk to you. Have a nice holiday, and we'll be back up that way. Yeah, the wife is thinking that's a good place to retire. I'm thinking maybe in a year or so come up and tell my boss down here in Pittsfield, and we have an Albany office. I'll give him 2 or 3 days a week. That way I can retire in style. 7-3, WA18ES.
Exactly. Sounds like a plan. All right, well, good luck with that. And if I hear of anything, if I happen to, I'll listen for you and mention it. 7-3s again, N2VU.
Hey, Don, well, I'm in the engineering business, electrical power distribution. We design buildings. Do some work for Global Foundries down there in Malta, so we do get up that way. And, man, I had another thought, but it escapes me. Go back to work, 7-3, WA1AES.
KC1, CMQ Mobile.
Hello, Phil. You're out here driving in this stuff, huh?
I am, but it sounds like I'm in good company. How are you today, Ernie?
Oh, I'm great. Just getting back from Connecticut. Left early this morning, 6:30. Got down to Yukon about 8:30. Had a little traffic at an accident there on 91 southbound. Wasn't a bad ride down, just a light rain here or there. But it's been steady raining pretty hard all the way back up. So we're just getting back into town. But I already put in my 8, so I got some errands to do. Got to go to Sears, got to go to Wally Mart, got to stop at Haddad. So lots of little projects on a Tuesday afternoon. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was excellent. Thank you for asking. I hope yours was well. Sounds like you still got a number of things to do around the house, cabinet doors, electricians, and stuff like that. Been listening for a little while. Cool news is I passed my FAA certification for unmanned aerial vehicles. So I can actually start doing some drone work in the next week or 2.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. Yeah, I thought about playing with it, but just too much else going on. And having moved only back in June, we're still working on getting the house organized. You're right. Needed some electrical cleanup, needed some changes, needed some added power. Got some doors going on the cabinets in the kitchen. Had to put up some new curtains, and now I need some rods. It goes on and on, but the man's world in the basement is good. I got light, I got power. I put up a couple of new LED lights. Boy, those are nice. I went over to Car Hardware, picked up a couple of those 44-inch LED fixtures. Very, very nice compared to those old crummy industrial fluorescents.
C1 CMQ for ID. You're not finding any problems with HF with them on? A few people have mentioned that they've had some problems with the LED lighting emitting some type of interference when it's on.
Well, I will have to try that, to be honest with you. I haven't been on HF since I put those lights in. But if it's a problem, I got a couple of lamps and a couple incandescent still at the ceiling that I can flip on to shut off the higher intensity. But boy, those LEDs, man, they do a nice job. Lower wattage, better light, and they're lensed so they're not as glary as those, cheapy 2-lamp open industrials.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I really do like those LED lights. In fact, I have solar-powered, motion-activated floodlights on the side of my barn and the side of my house, which is great. If the power's out, you come home, instead of a dark driveway, you got lights in 3 different directions, no matter what. It works out pretty well. And they weren't that expensive. I think when the first one I bought was like about $50, and then I bought, they got steadily lower, and I think they're about $35 or $40 now, and they're pretty dependable. I've had one of them up now for almost 3 years.
Yeah, I need to replace a 150-watt quartz flood on the backyard, and I'm going to grab an LED for it. I'm trying to remember whether these 44-inch, they replaced the 4-foot industrial fluorescents, was either $39 or probably $49. They're a little pricey, but boy, what a nice fixture. Hey, I got to run through the drive up here. WA1AES.
I already did my coffee stop. Good for you. Hey, listen, keep me in mind if you have a construction site, somebody wants a flyover or something like that, anywhere in New England.
Yeah, no, I'm up behind a couple of cars at the bank drive-in here. Yeah, all right, sounds good. You didn't move your office, did you?
My office is still in Northeast Connecticut, and if you updated your address on QRZ, I'll send you a QSL card along with one of my realtor cards, but the number on there is the same thing for if somebody wants drone services.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember. I think I did update QRZ. It's 146 Sampson Parkway in Pittsfield, as opposed to the Lenox address at the condo. Where's the home QTH there in Connecticut?
I'm actually up in Putnam, Connecticut, northeast corner, just south of Thompson and just west of Rhode Island.
Yeah, I haven't been up that way in a long time. When we worked for Raytheon and raced SCCA Formula Vs, the little Volkswagen-powered open-wheelers, we used to run Thompson, Breyer Motorsport Park up in Loudon, and Lime Rock. I think Lime Rock's the only road track left.
Yeah, I think so. Thompson actually does Bush League rather. So they've got sprinters up there. They're pretty active over the summer. Somebody said they might even actually open up the drag strip this year.
Yeah, wow. It's been a while. The thing I remember about Thompson, we were up there, those were Saturday and Sunday affairs. Saturday was practice, Sunday was the race. You can't do that at Lime Rock. But my driver crashed into the bridge abutment, screwed up his leg, and for some reason we were staying at different hotels. And so I had my thumb out there trying to get back to the track, and got picked up by one of the local constables, who was a gentleman. I bought him coffee, and he gave me a ride back. So they're okay up in that neck of the woods.
Yeah, they're really not that bad. They're pretty cool. I had a off-duty state trooper one night stop me while I was walking down the street, and he says, "You know, it's pretty dark, pretty cold, a long way from nowhere." And I'm like, "Yeah, my car's back about 5 miles." He's like, "Get in, I'll give you a ride to the service station." So, but yeah, they're nice out there.
Yeah, nice neck of the woods, but boy, not a lot doing, so you're going to drive for work for sure.
Yeah, well, it's really not that bad. About 25 minutes south of Worcester, about 40 minutes out of Providence, about an hour out of Hartford.
That's right, I don't think of Worcester. Yeah, that would be pretty close. Oh well, I'm probably going to get really scratchy if I didn't already. I'm just about under the canopy. Be back, WA18ES.
AC1, CMQ, I'll be on the side.
KD2LCH with a question.
Didn't copy the call, but go for it.
KD2LCH, and I didn't copy all of your call. All I got is CMQ. How difficult was that FAA exam for multi-rotor commercial use?
Actually, they don't have it as multi-rotor. They just actually have it as a general classification under 55 pounds, so it can be fixed wing or rotary. If you read the book, there's a book. You can actually go to the FAA.gov website, and there's a lot of information on there. I actually know somebody who went through one of the ground schools, so I paid $150, went through a 40-hour ground school class, took up a number of practice exams. Probably took me about 6 weeks, and that was only because I took it at a slow pace.
Okay, so basically it's just a ground crew or ground school type book, and then where were the practice tests in the book as well?
Yeah, they usually come with the ground school, but the FAA actually has a brief online course you can go through. But just be aware of that. You know, it has a practice test with it. Some of those questions will appear, but there are probably, I want to say, about 10 or 12 questions that appear in the exam that do not appear in the UAV handbook.
Okay. I've been flying off and on since '96, and been considering getting getting this certification as well, just because eventually I want to start doing some work with a drone, hopefully with local police and fire departments for like search and rescue and such.
Tied in with emergency services, there is a provision in there. You may not have to get FAA certified to use it for emergency services, but most of the people that I know have gone and done that. I've been a medic for over 25 years, and that was kind of one of the ways that I wanted to use the drone too. I have 2 Phantom drones. I have a Phantom Professional and one Advanced. So what I'm really looking to do is do like roof surveys, power line surveys, aerial footage for realtors, for homes and stuff like that. So I'd like to get into it a little bit more. I've already had a few calls on it. It's just a long process. You go and you take the test. When you pass the test, you got to wait 48 hours. Then you go in, you register, and then